Guy believed that school is only a trap that was used by the white man to enslave Africans. And today, he's here to tell us why.
Hi, my name is Ihe, the Light of Africa. I strongly know that the Western education in Africa is an instrument or a colonization tool the white man brings to Africa to enslave African youth, to make African youth totally dependent consumers. And today, I am here to tell you why.
Bro, how can you say something like this, that Western education is only a tool for enslavement?
Western education in Africa is the introduction of poverty in Africa. Western education in Africa is the introduction of joblessness in Africa. I tell people that before white man came to Africa, there is no one in Africa who is jobless. Every young man have a job. It's either he's a farmer, or he's a palm wine tapper, or he's a blacksmith, or he's an orthopedic surgeon. Whatsoever reason, the young boy is already independent at age 18, 20. He's already planning of how to get married because he's have a job, he has a financial work he's doing. Introduction of education in Africa automatically breeded numerous dependent youth in Africa. And why is it so? Is because the education that was available to Africa was not actually in Africa. Designed the introduction of poverty in Africa. It was actually Western education in Africa. Actually, the introduction of joblessness in Africa. I tell people that before white man came to Africa, there is no one in Africa who is jobless. Every young man have a job. It's either he's a farmer, or he's a palm wine tapper, or he's a blacksmith, or he's an orthopedic surgeon. Whatsoever reason, the young boy is already independent at age 18, 20. He's already planning of how to get married because he's have a job, he has a financial work he's doing. Introduction of education The reason why we study, the reason why we go to school is to solve human problem. The reason why we do all kind of learning. If I'm going to do apprenticeship today, if I'm going to learn trading today, if I'm going to school today, all I'm doing as a human being is how do I improve my environment? How do I look around my environment and improve my environment to solve the problem in my environment? Unfortunately, the education system that was brought to Africa was not meant to have functional knowledge. Functional knowledge is the knowledge that we have direct application to the environment where you are coming from. So why the white people are reading to solve human problem, Africans are reading to get certificates. Unfortunately, certificates don't solve problem in a nation. Certificates expand poverty in a nation, widen dependency, and make the youth irretrievably dependent consumers. So the assignment is keep the youth busy, give them memory, and while the people are reading, pursuing certificates on that project, the youth are being empowered. They now put incentive there. The incentive is the trap, because when you want to capture an animal, you have to, if you make a trap, you have to put maybe the few meat or the things that will actually attract the animal to that place. So money was actually put there as the incentive. So those who actually put the interest in that memory education and came out at first class, those people are being paid a little amount of money to encourage others to continue pursuing that memory education that have no physical application. And then when somebody eventually graduates, you now ask the person, young man, you said you study pharmacist. Yes. Can you produce drug? Are you producing? He doesn't have anyone he's producing. All our drugs is being imported from India. And we said we are graduating millions of pharmacists in Africa. You now discover the pharmacists come out and start going to sell drug. This drug is something that somebody who did not even go to university at all went to a Tanzania market, learned for 6 months, and they begin to sell drug. And then somebody went and studied for 5 good years, come out and begin to sell drug. I am reading chemical engineering. I entered chemical engineering, read chemical engineering for 5 good years. I come out, which chemical can you produce? You are helpless. You now went and start mixing paint. The same paint as somebody did not go to school at all. Somebody went and learned how to mix paint. For within 6 months, the person is already mixing paint. But we are graduating numerous numbers of chemical engineering graduates every year. The same way you come to engineering if the white man education system was actually meant to solve human problem, the white man would have been building a car and you will be building a car. The white man would have been building the road. You will be building road by yourself. The white man would have building phone. This phone I have, you would have been building this phone. But the reason why you will know that Western education is useless in Africa is that if there are 10 roads today leading to your village, 10 of them is constructed by Arab or Julius Berger. Because they know the education system they give you have no functional knowledge. The civil engineers you are giving certificates, and the problem is that it is better not to know than to know wrongly. The worst form of learning is not even ignorance, it's to know wrongly, because when you know wrongly, you must have acquired pride, you must have acquired ego that will block the new inflow of knowledge in you. I tell people that the place to find the most stupid people in Africa is in the university. You see the university lecturers, doctors, professors, a professor that have taught for 20-something years in the school. This man is not asking himself, I spent over 20-something years in school. I did my nursery, I did my primary, I did my secondary, I did my university, I did my doctorate degree, I now did my professor. I have taught in this school for 20-something years. And aside the mathematics I am solving in the class, and aside the English and all the things I read out inside the class, which problem can this thing solve? Which problem can this thing solve in the society? If the government stop paying me the normal salary they are paying me, you will discover I am helpless, I am useless, because the knowledge I have is not functional knowledge. It's not knowledge that solves the problem within the environment. Instead, the knowledge this young man have is a knowledge of oratory. And unfortunately, English language don't solve problem. It was designed in a way that they'll come and ask you, here is a chemical engineering student, they will ask me, how many batteries and will you miss to get a power bank? And how many volts will you connect it to? The head will say 8 batteries. Hey, you're a very intelligent person. They will mark it for you. And on the day they are producing that power bank, if you come close, they will kill you. Because when you come to the Western education, you discover Western education, the West creates secrecy of knowledge. And the reason why they create secrecy of knowledge is because the assignment is let the wise, the people who are talented are taken away. When you begin to hear about things so called patents, an average African man don't know what is patent. Patent is what gives you right of ownership of a particular something. For instance, I manufacture this phone, and though I'm going to go and get patents of this phone to make sure that I am the only person who is producing this patent. Somebody manufactured Pepsi and secured patent over it. So the people who produce these goods, who produce this, the world inventors, they created this value, but they want all the mass of the people to be using this thing without producing it. They want the whole mass of the followers to be using it, because when you come in a society spectrum is made of 3 types of people: the wise, the foolish, and the mass of followers. The wise are calibrated as 10% wise, the foolish are calibrated as 10% intentionally stupid and foolish, and then 80% mass of followers. And the society is going to decide where this 80% mass of followers is going to follow. If they are incentivized in such a way to follow the wise people, the mass of followers will follow the wise. If they are incentivized in such a way to follow the foolish, the mass of followers will follow the foolish. When you come to the West, you discover the West creates secrecy of knowledge. So you see people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they are the people that are going to manufacture the value. They are very, very intentionally talented. They manufacture the phone, the brain chips, they manufacture agriculture, this thing. But they don't want the 80% mass of followers to come and compete with them. They want a system by which the 80% mass of followers will come and be using these goods they manufactured. And so how do they do it? They go and empower the other 10% intentionally foolish, intentionally stupid. Those are the comedians, those are the footballers, those are the musicians you see, Flavor, Wizkid, all of them. And they are going to project them on the media. And why they project them on the media with naked girls, the mass of followers will be following those stupid, foolish people. And while the mass of followers is following those people, then the 10% intentionally wise will create the utilities, secure patent over it for the exploitation of that thing. Education is one of the ways these people create secrecy of knowledge. Because when you hear that the Bible says that the fruit, the immoral fruit that you will never eat is don't eat the fruit of knowledge. Education is a simple example of that. It hides knowledge from the people, numb instinct, derails thinking, and then what it does is promoting of memory from that place. So we keep on producing thousands of African graduates every year who now come out and they become helpless. And that is the reason why an average African young man today is struggling to marry. Because when you tell an average African young man at age 25, 26, 27 years, now when are you getting married? He says, don't even go there. Why? Because he has gone to the university, Unizik, UNN, and spent 5 years, come out. He doesn't even have up to 500K in his account. So he's frustrated because the educational system that's supposed to structure him to be a problem solver has created him to be a problem. And so the boy is struggling with finances. That is why I tell people that university has breeded more criminals in Africa than Osama bin Laden and Nosisi Kanko. Why? Because when you breed numerous number of youths every year that are jobless, A jobless man is when you hear devil, when you hear Ekwensu. Ekwensu is a hungry man, a man who is healthy but he doesn't have food. That's Ekwensu. So number one, the youth can no longer be productive, free from financial dependency, and then they are running away from marriage because they couldn't take responsibility, because there has been avowed an education system that wasted all their youthful lifespan. And so the young girls, it has also make many young girls in our society praying for a husband. Why the people who are praying for husband are struggling for survival. And this is one of the reasons why we are struggling with morality today, because morality will always override survival. A man who is hungry does not hear any other word until he eats. And so when somebody is hungry, when you have produced this massive number of the youth in Africa who you call graduate, and the people are carrying certificates up and down looking for a place to get job, then you cannot come and tell the people to live a righteous life. You know you have breeded criminals in the society, and inevitably there are going to be criminality in that society. So I'm not telling you to abandon the Western education. No, what I'm telling you is that we need to restructure it to make the youth productive, no longer making the youth beautiful speakers of English language. So that the youth will now be people who will now, I studied chemical engineering. Yes, I come out, this is the acid I'm producing. I produce the acid that people put in their cars. I produce the battery in people's power bank. I produce this chemical. Yes, I studied pharmaceutical engineering. At least I'll go to vitamin C. Now I love vitamin C. You'll be manufacturing, I'll go to paracetamol. Understand where I'm coming from? That education will not come from productivity. I studied electrical engineering. Yes, I'm on a part of building this camera that is videoing us. This is the way to make sure that when you come to that system, that was what Chinese did. They once have this kind of education we have, and they did what is called Chinese Renaissance. And Chinese Renaissance was a system by which they restructured their system. Automatically, the education become from productivity. And you know, education actually in the real sense is of two kinds. One is literacy dimension. Literacy dimension is when somebody has to teach you how to read and write. That's the secondary school dimension, and the primary and secondary school, when you have to learn how to read and how to write. Then if you are entering into the university, it should be that I want to build a car. So every book you gather that you will read will be the book you'll be reading until you start manufacturing that car. So on this process, you know that you are very, very focused on being productive. Whatsoever education that was actually breeded in giving people certificates has produced criminals in the society. And I can tell you without missing word that education is the fountain of corruption we have in our society today. When people are being trained to become dependent after education, automatically you are grooming people who will be catastrophic in the society. So I call on the restructuring of education system in our Renaissance to make it an education that solves problem. Bad people in the society. This is my submission for our education system. Thank you so much.
Wow. Usually I will have more questions to ask, but at this moment I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to ask. Whatever you think about his opinion, kindly indicate it in the comment section. And if you feel that this knowledge is valuable to you, you can share it to your family and friends, share it to your professors. Let them see a different perspective about the African educational system. This young man believes that it's a trap, and he has his evidence. You know, he said in the past Africans were not really poor, that young people own farmlands and they could cultivate their own crops. They could make palm oil, palm wine. They had their own. They had a lot of things, right?
Yeah. No, it's not even a lot of things. You can literally see it that a young boy of 18 to 20 years in African olden days is already thinking about how to marry. And why is he thinking how to marry? It's because freely he has his barn of yam. He has maybe anything he's doing, he's already dependent, and everything he's using is manufactured in the society. The difference between the westernized people of our generation today and the ancient African ancestors that they says they are not civilized is that our ancient ancestors manufactures literally everything they use, from their bed to their house to the agbo, that's this thing they used to climb palm tree, to their hand fan to ogene to metals, everything that they used, they manufactured it by themselves. This is our ancient ancestors. Now the difference between the people that we claim that we are now civilized is that if I should follow you now to say, let me go to your room and remove everything in your room that is imported, you will now discover the contextual meaning of Adam was naked and God clothed him. You now discover all your clothes in your room will vanish because they don't manufacture anyone from your village. The phone you are using to make phone will vanish. This microphone you are holding in my mouth will vanish. The cars your own car will vanish. The camera will vanish. Your bed will vanish. Your door will vanish. Everything in your
social media will vanish.
Social media will vanish. Thank you so much. You now discover that truly there was Adam who was naked, and God has availed himself to clothe Adam. So, and why is this so? It is because someone has availed Adam an education that makes Adam to be speaking beautiful English, solving calculation, taking honor in prestige. Because the problem becomes when we start taking honor in titles. Somebody come, he robe in a suit, I'm a professor. Before you know it, he enters into one level of English language. Speak. Then you now tell the professor, we are about to fight a war. You studied chemical engineering. How can you help us in manufacturing, even if it is bullet? Professor says, this is not what we are doing here, right here. He speak big English. Young man, this is not what we are talking about here. Nigeria is a country that we manufacture, that we import bullet. Do you know what it means? It means that when you import bullet from your enemies, it means your enemy does not even need gun to kill you. He can use otari, cane, and finish you. And why is this so? Because someone has produced education system that is not solving problem. That is why you see people called Boko Haram. Boko Haram is saying Western education is a sin. I'm not promoting Boko Haram, but it is from this ideology of memory without solution, without solving problem, without improving the environment that enacted that hatred for Western education. It came. I can explain Western education as a farm for Euro-philosophical orientation and Western genocide on African culture and whitewashing. This is the simple truth. Number one, when you enter that Western education, they will make you to hate everything about the ways of your own father. You will now start seeing your father as an archaic man. You will now start seeing all the things, all the work your father did as you are doing it as a humble person. Who is a foolish man? A foolish man is a westernized education man who came home and his mother says, come, let us go to the farm. He says, oh, Dad, okay, my engineer.
What does it mean?
Can
you explain to the viewers who don't understand Igbo?
Okay, so the people don't understand Igbo. It means the person is now saying that he has overgrown farm work.
He wants to be an engineer.
And because he's an engineer, he's now seeing the work his father did as humility. That when I come to tap wine, it means I'm humble. When I come to do blacksmith, it means I'm humble. And this food is not even know that the one he says he studied, he could not solve any single problem out of it. During coronavirus, all nations were struggling to find a solution for it. They made lab, everybody was doing research, providing solutions and creating job opportunities. If you ask 70% of Nigerian girls, what do you study in the university? They are going to tell you either microbiology or mass communication. You studied, we have 70% of microbiology as girls. How many of them came up with a practical and told us, look at the cause of coronavirus, or at least look at our own experiment result on the solution to coronavirus? But all of them were saying, we studied microbiology. The microbiology they studied there is how to draw millipede and label millipede. And how to draw millipede and label millipede doesn't solve human problem. When coronavirus came, I studied microbiology, all of them went inside. We did not hear any. In fact, most of them carried Bible and began to tell people that the world is coming to an end, that everybody should prepare for end time. In a society where the whole world is finding solution to people's problem, to people's medical lab problem. The medical lab are making research, microbiologists are making research, chemical engineers are making research to find solution. Our own microbiology is here. Now, why that the world is coming to an end, we should prepare for end time. It means we have provided staff, we have provided a cook, we have given certificates to people who are just morons. So we are of the organic restoration of the ways of an African man to make African young boy to become productive, so that at the age of before highest 20-25 years, you pick a wife and then give birth and reproduce, because the joy of life is survival. I ability to give birth to children who will come and grow when you are still in your useful strength. The problem we have today is that because an African man has been made dependent, the young man gets married at age 35. If you marry at age 35, before your first son comes to age 30, you are 65. You now see the reason why our ancestors don't reap the fruit of their labor. Because the children they suffer, it took them so many years to get married, and before the children could now grow to come and start taking care of them, they are now ill. So the advice is, become dependent. Try all possible ways to become independent. So at age 25, 26, you are already married. Before the time you're getting to 50 years, you saw your son at 25. That's the thing they are doing today in football world. You see Cristiano Ronaldo is at age 40 something. His side is already playing for the junior league. He's seen his survivor. This is the purpose of life. But at age 40 is still a starting time for an African man, because an education system has been availed to him, which make him impossible to see the finances to take care of a family. So I call for organic restoration of African man into practical education system, not memory education system. Thank you so much.
All right, guys, you've heard it yourself. I don't even know what to say right now, but whatever it is you think, indicate it in the comment section. What's your name again?
Ihedi, Light of Africa.
What's your real full?
PM Ihedi. Ihedi means light exists.
Where are you from?
Good evening. If you can hear me, come on, go to the comment section. And let me be sure I'm audible. Amazing evening. Yes, amazing evening this evening. If I'm audible, kindly go to the comment section and help me know that I am audible. Sound check. Yes, we're starting at exact 8 on the dot. Just a 5-minute time. I just want to be sure I'm audible. Okay. So, anybody around there, how are you doing? I would like to know where you're coming from. And if I'm visible, kindly indicates, just help me know that I am visible. I want to be sure everything is okay. So, should anybody in there that needs to be around that the person is not in, come on, reach out to the person, let them come in now. Am I visible? Not visible. Are you serious? Okay, let's see. Let's make us visible. Audible. Okay, good evening. Please go to the comment section. Wherever you're joining us from, kindly indicate in the comment section your name and your location. Just your name and your location. I can see wonderful people in the house. I can see Blessing Jonah. I can see Bola Dale Onodi here. I can see Daramola Adedeji. We have massive people around in the house. I can see Eniola Ebuntobi. I can see Sam Pejimoke. I can see from Ojo Lagos. That is Missy. You are welcome. How is Lagos today? I can see the Peter Funala, every one of you. You are all welcome. You're welcome. We're welcome to the Wealth Leaders family. Kindly go to your partners. You know the drill. Reach out to everyone that is in at the moment, and to everyone that are joining us for the very first time for adventure. Just for me to know more about what this is all about. Truth be told, this is going to be massive. Trust me on this. Okay, so let's get started. Yes, we return glory to God for life, the one that has made it possible for you and I to be alive. Go to the comment section. Just appreciate God. You are here listening to me. There's no emergency that your son has swallowed shovel. You are here listening to me and everything is working perfectly well. You can eat, you can do everything and you're okay. Come on, appreciate God. This is June and the year is rolling gradually. Yes. The question is this: what exactly has changed? To the glory of God, what exactly has changed? Yes, I'm grateful to God for the gift of life. So, ladies and gentlemen, what exactly has what changed? In 2 minutes' time, we will be starting right away. So, I believe the YouTube link is out. You can reach out to someone so they can join us right away. Everybody needs to know about this, okay? So my name is Dr. Stanley Jeremiah Wells. Being the fourth child of the family after I lost my immediate elder sister, I love to study medicine and surgery. You know, medicine and surgery, I love it. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I found myself in the veterinary medical world. That is a veterinary medical student. And as a veterinary medical student, I was working as a security guard at Lagos. Life was not funny for me. And I began to ask myself the question, what exactly make the difference? What will make the difference? Well, ladies and gentlemen, today as I speak to you, maybe God don't want me to treat human being or treat animal, but there is something I have come to understand. There is somebody that is sick in the mind that needs to be treated. There is somebody that is sick in the mind that needs to be helped. And that's the reason why we gathered. I'm saying no matter what happens is, as is rather, everything that I will do to the glory of God is to see how every human being can stay positively well. If I'm audible, please confirm. If I am audible, kindly go to the comment section and help me know. For those who are in the Zoom room, kindly go to the comment section. If I am audible, kindly indicate in the comment section. If I am audible, kindly indicate on the comment section. I'll be sharing my screen right away, just to be sure I am audible. I'll be sharing my screen right away. Please confirm if I am audible. Oh, thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome once again. You are welcome. You're welcome. You are welcome. We love you. I so much celebrate you for coming in to get to know more about what this entails this evening. You're welcome. Saving the time. The full personality of a man. Ladies and gentlemen, there is something you're about to discover that will make the difference. And that is why I needed to give me your rapt attention. All things being equal, this session shouldn't go beyond an hour. As a matter of fact, I can't finish everything. So this is just part one. So let's dive into the course of the matter. 4 personalities of man. Look at your screen very well. I want you to understand something, ladies and gentlemen. In life, every human being existing has the capacity. You have capacity. But you cannot activate your capacity until there is an external empowerment. Until there's an external empowerment that helps bring out the best version of you. Every man has a king within. But if you are left to be, as a matter of fact, everyone listen to me here. If you have your way, you will sleep, wake up, see movie, eat everything you love to eat, and be okay, and don't be happy. You will not push yourself. But listen, if you are left to be, you keep playing and playing and playing and playing and playing as a slave when you are meant to operate in the kingship personality. Are we together? Are you following? If you are with me, let me know. Every human being operating under the planet Earth has what? 4 personalities, in which there is a king within. In which there is a king. If you can hear me, go type king within. If you can hear me, type king within. The challenge is this, ladies and gentlemen. The day you're giving birth to, you had what God has prepared for you to live the good life. Remember those days where you play on the soil. Those days where we begin to mold house, build house with sand. Remember those days? You said, "This is my compound, 2-story building, 3-story building, and the lights." Ladies and gentlemen, at that moment, you were operating from the realm that God has created perfectly well. And guess what? So we now play with sand. You don't see someone just pick something, begin to do some puzzles, solving puzzles. This is what the king within is meant to be. But what is the challenge? The challenge is this: as we began to grow, advancing, we began to forget the king within. As a matter of fact, nobody is talking about the king within. Again, pay attention. Ladies and gentlemen, the personality you operate determines the result or outcome of your life pattern. I mean, as you operate, whatever you do will be the what represent effects of whatever result you're seeing. As a matter of fact, many are living the whole life without bringing the king inside of them. Ask your parents this question. Why is it that our parents, they try their best? If you see the video I played or the motivation I played before now, that young man was speaking value. Guess what he said? For those that started from the section of the motivation, he said back in the days of our forefathers, age 18, age 19, age 20, you now have your own business, you have your money, you can get married. Because why? You produce everything you use. I mean everything. Talk about the raffia mat, talk about the bed, talk about the building, talk about everything, our cooking pot. Just name them. But what is he talking about? Let's find a way to restructure the mind of a man so that it can work, it can serve the purpose. Today, you see someone at age 30 doesn't even know what to do. We've all gone to school. The reason is this: we've not what? We've not even encountered the king within. The greatest tragedy in life is not death, ladies and gentlemen. The greatest tragedy in life is that you have not encountered the king inside of you. Are you following? Are you following? Until you know what's recorded against your name, you will keep playing small. Until you understand the power of your name, until you understand that there is something attached to you, there is somebody that must rise through you. There are nations waiting for you to rise. You keep celebrating promotion, birthdays, civil servants, you keep celebrating salary increment and the likes. Meanwhile, God wants you to own companies. But guess what? You have not encountered the king within. Let's go to see what these personalities are. Very quickly, as I mentioned, all things being equal, within an hour, I'll be done with part 1. And we will start the second part, not tonight. The first personality is the child within. If you can hear me, go and type the child within. Everybody, if you can hear me, go to the comment section, just type the child within. Type the child within. Now, what do we understand by the child within? The child within is that personality that seeks to point the blame at everyone. When we say the child within, does not mean you are a child. If you are here listening to me, and whenever you see yourself pointing an accusing finger, this was the person that caused the problem. This is the person that caused me to fail. If not for my father and my mother, if not for my this and my that, if not for the husband I got married to, if not for the wife, hello, you're still a child. Nothing goes wrong in what? The face of the child. Nothing goes wrong in the face of a child. Whatever a child do, and the child is never accountable. If your child, age 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10, does something wrong, they'll blame the parents. Where is the mother? Where is the father? Where was the parent? Where were the parents when the child was doing this? Children are being taken care of. They cry at every form of assignment. Give your child any task. When the task is beyond his power or her power, she breaks down and she begins to cry. The child within cannot think for solution. Unfortunately, there are many who are still child within. Is it bad? No. Listen, the personality that does not want to work, the personality that don't want to suffer. As a matter of fact, when there's anything that is taxing, when there's anything that is taking like more, you must put in your work, you must put in your know-how skill. The child within want to dodge. As we are taking this section, I want you to begin to figure out where you belong. Listen to me, ladies and gentlemen. You see, if you are still here, a child within will choose to do only what is easy, no stress. My mental health is just what I love. I don't want to stress my life. That is the child within. The personality that hope that life is a playground. The child who doesn't take anything serious, they still believe there's still time. Age 20, there's still time. Age 22, there's still time. Age 25, there's still time. Age 30, there is still time. They never take anything serious. Everything for a child is a joke. They arrive to meetings late. The study segment should start, but we tell the session is 8 p.m. So we still come 8:30. The child within. You go to church very late, you go to mosque very late, you play with everything. You are a child. As a matter of fact, the child within can never arrive at any serious destination. As a matter of fact, if you are not serious, you can't arrive at any serious destination. The personality that dreams and lives always in the wish land, they never wake up. If you ever hear somebody that just say, oh, how I wish I could just see 1 million in my account now. Hello? How I wish I could just see someone that just come and say, send your answer. Ah, the baby gets streets. Ah, I just love it. That's the child within. The set of people that keeps claiming but don't take responsibility of their dream. These are the kind of people that, listen, let me tell you something. Oh God, help me. If you see anybody that always claim, I claim it, I tap into it, I claim. You see somebody's tap, like tapping into it. You see a wealthy man that has worked his life to achieve that goal, you say, I tap, but the Lord shall supply all my needs according to his riches in glory. Hallelujah. Now that time I will want to quote the Bible just to back up una failure. That's the child within. The child within has goals and dreams, but are handicapped when it comes to taking action. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are seeing this, a personality that believes that there is still time, instead of taking action, they keep procrastinating. At some point in my life, I thought about my life. I look at my family. There's no millionaire in my family. Everybody is struggling. I ask a question, what should I do? Should I go the ways of the fathers or I make a decision? But listen, to make a decision will cost you more. The question is, are you ready for it? The child within doesn't think about solution. If this is your personality, ladies and gentlemen, it's nothing wrong with it. Truth be told, there's nothing wrong with it. Just know that you're a child. Unfortunately, nobody hands over the throne to a child. No matter how much you love your child, you can't give your child, because you love him, a Ferrari key to go and drive age 10, age 5, because you love him. No. If you are getting value, come on, go to the comment section, type value, 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 value. Let me be sure you are getting value. Go to the comment section and type value. Let me see those who are with me. You're getting value, type value in the comment section. Let me get the feedback. I love feedback. I so much love feedback. You're on WhatsApp, you're on the YouTube. Please go to YouTube link and go to the chat section. Let me know you're getting value, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed. The second personality is the warrior within. Somebody type warrior within. Type warrior within. The warrior within, what is it about the warrior within? Ladies and gentlemen, the warrior within is that personality that doesn't easily or don't accept defeat. What you're about to learn or what you're learning this evening, it has to do with the existence of every human, irrespective of whatever you do, be you a minister of God, be you a businesswoman, a businessman, be you a proprietor, whatever it is, this is who you are. So please pay attention. The warrior within is that personality that does not accept defeat. That feeling that he cannot be oppressed, he can't be suppressed, that's the warrior within. Ladies and gentlemen, that person that believes that wherever I enter, I just must take charge. They don't accept no. They must find a way. Some people say it's not possible. We cannot stay through. The warrior will say it's possible. Let's go. The warrior will not accept defeat. As a matter of fact, this is the warrior system that survived all odds. Ever heard that saying? Any country where you go, you will see Nigeria from here. We can adapt to anything adaptable. Economy is not funny, we adapt. Dollar is rising, we adapt. Fuel price is increasing, we adapt. We keep adapting. Bread that was being sold for 200 naira, now 1,200, we adapt. The warrior within is the Aluta spirit, never giving up. We keep standing. Ladies and gentlemen, the warrior within is that personality that feels like the victim. You always see yourself as if I'm the targeted, I'm the bait, I'm the targeted animal. You feel like the world is against you. The warrior will always feel like that, and they always fight to survive. If you can hear me, type fight to survive. Fight to survive. The warrior within always fight to survive. The warrior within doesn't think about any other thing. How can I just be the first person to break forth in my family? How can I be the one that will end poverty in my lineage? How will I be the first graduate to do this as student? How will I be the first person to do that as civil servant? Just think about it. Warrior within fight to survive. The personality that is never in charge, but always hoping for breakthrough, luck, or blessing. If you are that kind of person, listen to me. You wake up early in the morning, all you are praying for is, God, I pray for favor. I must go out again. I'm going to be a bless me. It's good to pray. Yes, but you are a fighter. In your place of work, any opportunity that comes, you fight to see how you can have the largest share. That's the warrior within. You fight to see that, oh no, even if it is one crumb, I must get it. That's the warrior within. The warrior within fight to survive. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing wrong with the warrior within. The challenge is this. Nobody gives warriors thrones because warriors stay at the gates. Warriors stay at the gates. When we mention gates, the gate of life, the gate of how I can just defend the enemy from getting in, the gate of how I can prevent negative energy from getting inside of me. Warriors keep fighting to survive. The third personality is the lover within. We are getting there. Somebody type lover within. If you can hear me, type lover within. There was a time in my life that all I love to do is to ensure that people are okay. This afternoon, I was having a conversation with someone. I said, "Oh, somebody is on a journey rather." Now, I want to go and help the person come down here. Guess what the person told me? I can find the way. I said, if I'm the one, I will go and help the person. Why? Because I feel the person is new in that environment. The lover within just wants it to be okay for everybody. Lover within. This personality is that person that loves to pamper people. You just want to help everybody. You just want to be sure that things are okay for everyone. If you are that kind of a person that is ready and want to sacrifice a lot, just to sacrifice for people, that's the lover within. You keep sacrificing. You want to ensure that people are okay. You don't want to hear it that somebody is suffering. That's the lover within. You just want to be sure that people are what? They are able to achieve a goal. The personality that wants to provide and protect his own people. You are like the mother hen that broods over the chick. The lover within just wants to help everybody to be okay. The lover within just wants to be sure that nothing is wrong with anybody. You see, why the warrior is fighting for himself. The lover within fights for his people, forgetting himself. Are you getting this message? Why the warrior within will first of all save his own head. After saving his own head, he now goes ahead and help others. The lover within will just do everything like, I give it all. I pour myself out. And guess what? Who are the example of lovers within? I remember a family that say, we are going to Big Mommy. When you say, let's go to Big Mommy, let's go to Big Mommy, and they're happy to go to Big Mommy's place, it's because anything you ask Big Mommy will give you. Big Mommy doesn't know no. Let them have it now. It's their time. Let's do this. Unfortunately, Big Mommy does not know that what she is not helping the situation. But what is this? Is it bad? No, it's not bad. The personality that lavish, spend themselves and are happy doing so. That's their lifestyle. Someone say, I can empty my account. That is what I love to do. I derive pleasure doing that. Listen, ladies and gentlemen. The child within wants to be pampered. That baby gets treats. It's what the child within wants. But the lover within wants to pamper others. Child. The lover within wants to make sure that people are okay. Give it all. But what is the downside of the lover within? The lover within ends up feeling used. Reason is this. If you see anybody of this kind of personality, they don't eventually get the same value of what they give to others. At the end of the day, they feel pain. They feel bitter. They feel like somebody's working on their intelligence, on their emotion. The lover within ends up what? Going silent. You just don't care about them again. It happened in churches, happened in a place of work, happened just name it in school, institution, business organization, society. Look at the environment. There's somebody with that trait. Look within yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. There is nothing wrong having the first three personalities. There's nothing wrong having it. But if you allow it to be your dominant factor, the one that is dominating you, then get ready for the consequence and challenge. If you can hear me, I said the first personality is what? Go to the comment section, type. What is the first personality? The child within. The child within. What is the downside of the child within? Despite the fact that nobody blames the child, everything the child does is good. They blame the parent, but the downside is that nobody hands over the throne to a child. Even if the child is the heir to the throne, there will still be somebody who is supervising and superseding. The second is what? If you can hear me, what the second is? The second personality, the warrior within. The warrior within keep fighting to ensure that she survives, that he survives. You wake up in the morning, your children are in school, you wake up in the morning, you are the woman that is helping your husband, you are the breadwinner. As a man, you are the breadwinner. As a woman, you are just doing everything. You keep fighting, you have no resting hour. Yeah, no time. No time, 20 years, no time, 30 years. One day I go make am. No time, 40 years. One day I go make am, 50 years. One day I go make am, 60 years. The energy is no longer there. Unfortunately, the warrior within doesn't sit on the throne. The warrior is a fighter. The warrior is fighting. Then the third personality, like I mentioned, is the lover within. You so much love everybody, in fact, you can sacrifice your head for someone else. It's good though. Very okay. In fact, I love that. But guess what? The downside is that what? You can never get the same kind of measure of love Are you doing that for someone to pay you return? No. But here is it. Most people that have this personality, 100% end up burning up because they expect people to also love them back and they don't get it. Ladies and gentlemen, the fourth personality is wide, and we cannot finish it this evening. As a matter of fact, I don't want to rush it, but I'm going to touch it. The king within. You see, listen. Let me do this very quickly. Pay attention. The king within cannot exist without having the first three personalities. Are you with me? The king within cannot exist without having the first three personalities. And the moment you are in that lineage, the moment you discover your purpose, you now find a way to intertwine the three. So what should you do, ladies and gentlemen? The only thing you can do is this. Understand yourself, discover your purpose, and shoot. Are we together? Now, let's get back to the discussion. The king within, what is it all about? You see that personality in your inside that is wanting to be discovered. It's only few people that have this personality. When you say, let them just discover me, don't they not have the talent? Don't they not have what it takes to save the world? Hello? That personality that the world is searching for. That's the king within. That personality that everybody just wants to have around. As a matter of fact, no matter who you are, they just want to be around you. They want to hear you speak. As a matter of fact, that personality that everyone is willing to pay any amount to get hold of. Until you discover this about yourself, nothing works. You can never sit on the throne until you discover this. You are a God in the order of the big God. You are meant to dominate. You have a territory. You have a kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to make sure that nothing stops you from discovering this king within. If not, you just live and fizzle off. The day your time expires on planet Earth, you die and you move to the world beyond. Then the question is this: born 1900 dash died 2025. In between that dash, what have you discovered? You see that personality that people are willing to pay any amount to get hold of. I'm in the music world. I love music. And I understand what it takes. When a man of God understands music, get hold of a music minister or someone that knows it, instrumentalists, they are very skillful. You're a drummer, you're a keyboardist, a saxophonist, just name them. Even in your place of work, your skills are top notch. They will not want to release you for any reason. But guess what? You can't pay your way to have it. The king within cannot be bought with money. Hey, what you are seeing in me, you cannot even buy it now and say, I want to transfer it. It's just like the story in the Bible where some say, I want to correct the spirit on the disciples and let me pay any amount to have it. No. Rather, you need to pay your way sacrificially into having it. Unfortunately, we're in a generation that nobody wants to be sacrificed in anything. Nobody wants to patiently learn through to achieve that skill. Everybody just want blow overnight. Make a shot, make calm. I just want make calm. Make a shot blow. Unfortunately, once a balloon blows, balloon bursts. That's why we have many young people who have lost their dignity and lost their destiny just because they were blue. Listen, the child within can be easily displayed, but you cannot easily display the king within. You have to discover it. Once a child is here, you know a child is here. The child will scatter everything. But a king, you can't know who is the king. I can't know if you are the king because you must show me the attributes. You have to personally set it out. The king within is shielded with debris. What are the debris? Some character, some habits. When you hear some people talking, say, do you know that me and Obasanjo were classmates? Yes, I mean the former president of Nigeria. We're classmates. In fact, he was sitting beside me. I do teach him. But look at him today now. Well, such is life. He has made it, and I'm here. Such is life. Search that person very well. There's a habit, there's a character that has locked this person down. Until you deal with that habit, until you deal with that character, some people can gossip like human business. Some people can backbite. Some people don't like to hear anybody rising. They just want to bring the person down. When you see someone try to make it in life, what should you do? You support them, but what do? You bring them down. Imagine if I make you to help me with money, you don't give me money. You say it's a beggar. Then if I'm selling my business, what should you do? You should patronize me, but guess what? You rather go and backstab me. These are habits and character that can never allow the king in you to come out until they are well dealt with intentionally. There is a king within you. Until you discover it, that nations are waiting to hear you speak. Until you understand that there are people that will not rise until you rise. In that area you are, in that department you are, somebody is waiting for you to rise. If that does not happen, if those habits are not dealt with, is it little secret of stealing? Just use your figure and use pen and turn it. Those habits and characters can never make you see the king. You can't sit on the throne. These are habits. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to understand something. Understand this fact. Two young men existed by the name Jacob and Esau. At the end of the day, we understand the story. If you're a Christian, even if you're a Muslim as well, I believe the story also exists. A young man that was so desperate about his life, doesn't care about the best right, don't give me food, let me just be okay. What's right? Don't worry about it. But guess what? At the point of their father trying to transcend to the next world, he said, my son, make me something to eat so that I can bless you. Please pay attention. I'm paraphrasing the story. And the mother, who happened to be the wife of the husband, heard this. The first one had this and went into what? Hunting, straight up. But guess what the mother did? She called Jacob. She called Jacob, told Jacob what to do. After all, she has been the wife of this man. She understands everything. She made it all up. And guess what? The father said, wait, the voice sounds like this person, the body feeling like this person. But is it about the voice? Is it about the body? What was the instruction? Make me something, let me eat, so that I will bless you. Please pay attention. Make me something, let me eat. It not say, go and hunt or do this. So even when the voice was not picking it and the body was feeling it, the point is the father has eaten something and released the blessing. Now, the mother, knowing the kind of children that she had to tell that child, you better run, because what you are carrying is not now. What you are carrying is for generations to come. And if your brother comes, he will kill you. Jacob had to flee. And guess what? When he came back, the father said, I've given all the blessing. There's nothing left. And even at that, Jacob won. But guess what? This guy was receiving force. But guess what the father said? He said to get to a point, oh, now you go fight your way out. When you don't fight your way out, you go break through. Long story cut short, you know that Jacob, the name Jacob, simply means what? Supplanter. Jacob simply means someone that is doing yahoo. Somebody that is always trying to cut corners. Jacob knows how to do all these things. Go and study Jacob. Jacob was with his master. If not for mercy, he pitied that man. He won't collect all the goat and animal of that man because he had that skill. He's so crafty. But guess what? It got to a point. This guy went into personal discovery, self-discovery. When the scripture said he fought with an angel. It's not physical battle and trading blow. No. It's not physical battle and trading blow. This has to do with what? Understanding where he is. And he decided that no, enough is enough. I must break through. Enough is enough. Something must change. He was fighting with his mind. Ladies and gentlemen, guess what the angel asked? All those characters, all those debris, everything. What is your name? The name carries connote a lot of things. Imagine after that name was changed, he was still saying, I'll never let you go unless you bless me. He said, oh my bless you, carry you. You're already blessed now. You're already blessed. Just like many of us listen to me this evening, you are already blessed. But that character, that habit, can never allow the king within to come. Look at this young man, though. Even after that, guess what he did? When he said, okay, let me go and bleed with my brother, let him forgive me. He decided to what? Play some games again. He said, let me send this batch. Let them go. If they go, if my brother forgives me, he ain't good. But if he kill them, I still have this batch to me. But when he got there, that elder brother passed through pain, passed through a lot of pain, and what? Endured until he made it. And he so much was so wealthy that even Jacob, one turn to Israel, began to envy him as well. Ladies and gentlemen, what is this story helping us understand? If you do not discover yourself, if there is no lightning, awareness, if there's no realization, there is no way you can make it. There is no way you can make it. Do you know that many are living a good life to their best knowledge? Alas, the immortal are shaking their heads in pity. If only you knew where you are supposed to be. If only you know what should be controlling. You are a man, still what? Still playing with something that is not it. God wants you to hold company, but you are still with a company where they are paying you less than your capacity, and you feel it's normal. You are a woman. God has prepared you to have what? Great institution. But guess what? You are still playing less. It's simply because you have not really discovered the purpose. And that's the reason why nobody can release the throne to you. You now see some people say they are lucky, but the question is, what is this person do that I cannot do? What is that I can do it now? What is that I can do it now? Yes, you can do it. But you are still playing less. Some has been shifted aside. You need to ask yourself, are you sure you have not been shifted aside? Are you sure because of your character, because of your habit, you have not been shifted aside? You have waited, let him change, let her change. There's no change. The universe is about to shift you. Somebody is about to die, but waiting for you to rise so that person can go to rise. You are still playing. You will be shifted aside. Ladies and gentlemen, you have not allowed the king within to come out, to be shifted aside. Some has been replaced. This one was. Some has been replaced. They are just existing, counting time until their time expires, then they fizzle off. You can't hold a name to their name. If you go to Google today and they type your name, what will they see on Google? That's the question you should ask. If you enter Google now and you type someone's name, what will they say about my name? What will they say about your name? Have you ever tried to search for your name on Google? If your name has not entered Google, definitely you have not done anything. How can your name enter Google? Whatever you might have done on the social media space and something great, it will definitely be recorded. Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to call this section to a pause. The king within has to be discovered. To discover the king within, you need illumination. Somebody type illumination. If you can hear me, type illumination. What is illumination? There must be light. There must be illumination of the mind. Somebody reached out to me, I love doing one or two things. I made a post on my social media handle and I said, ask me any question. Ask me any question. And the person was asking me, what business do you do? Go. And the person was asking the question like, I don't like what you are doing, but what are you doing that's making money? All what we are seeing is people living the good life, people wearing customized this, people wearing Gucci and wearing chains and doing something. What are you doing? Go. Then what I saw was what? The person was lacking illumination of the mind. Yes. Because this person has been monitoring and watching me. Let me tell you, monitoring for more than 3 years. And you are still asking 2025, what am I doing? Go. Because you see people living the good life and you just, no. Until a man decides to embark on the journey. See, not only you go enter that journey, nobody will give you any inheritance. Nobody is coming to help you anywhere. It's a journey that you sit yourself down. I sat myself down. I told myself, it's high time. Stanley, there is no millionaire in your family. If it takes me 10 years to make it happen, it must happen. Anybody can fight me for all I care. Until you have come to the realization of this matter, nothing changes. Now, let me tell you, when you now discover yourself, the universe will begin to raise forces against you. Do you know why? Because if you make them, the thing will make them. So they don't make you make them so that they don't go feel help others. But not everybody can pass through the test of time. Universe will test you. Universe will so much test you. They will so much mock you. But when you have illumination of where you are heading to, what you want to achieve, everything changes. My journey in life is to see the king within come out. Ladies and gentlemen, you do not stop halfway until you achieve it and arrive at your destination. To arrive at the desired destination, then the mind needs to be fed. And what is being fed with delivers the king within in the generation seeking for that thing. There was a time I never understood anything. Yes. But I decided that there must be renewal of mind. Something must work for me. And guess what? I never stopped. I found myself a mentor who held by the hand, and the journey began. Just as you and I cannot survive without food, so also that thing within can never be discovered until your mind is renewed. If everything in your face na scam, someone was telling me, I can't do that business that you are doing. I love to do physical thing that I can see. My money is coming in, everything is coming. Hello, there's no illumination of the mind. Only me. You are the one working everything. The money will come. Yes, it's good. But you know that you are limited. I refuse to be limited. Never. I go global. Yes, I dominate. And that's the reason why I cannot remain sabotaged. Are you seeing it? The king within need the warrior leader to make it happen. Until illumination comes, there cannot be information that will transform your life. So don't be surprised when you see someone that you knew before who was a nobody now becoming great. You're not asking questions, what is that person doing differently? It's simply because the person went for renewal of mind, or you choose not to. It's a choice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the reason why I, talking to you, am the diamond. The diamond is born just for a season like this. And I want you to understand something. Nations are waiting for you. You are earning that salary. It's good. I have to stop the screen share. I want you to look at my face. Your place of work is okay. But do you know, have you realized that artificial intelligence is coming faster than what you think? The moment your boss can discover something that will replace you, forget it, you're gone. I saw all this. I told myself, whatever it will take me, it's not me to pass through it, I will. And when this result comes, it's whose result? My result. Simply because I went for illumination. Ladies and gentlemen, if there's anything you must look for this afternoon, this evening, go for renewal of mind. Don't just abuse every opportunity. Don't just see everything around you as a scam. If the king within need to come, you need to wake up to the realization of yourself. You need to help yourself. Nobody's coming to help you. They don't teach this in any university. You need to discover yourself. You need to fight your own angel. I will never let you go until I make it, until I get what I want. So, I really want to appreciate everyone here for staying to this moment. Like I mentioned to you, ladies and gentlemen, this is just what? The end of part 1. Yes, this is just the end of part 1. As a matter of fact, the second part will be coming up shortly. Don't miss it. The king within is deeper. And how can the king within come forth is what we'll be checking out. Till I come your way, it will definitely be mind-blowing. If you got value, please let me know you got value this evening. Like I mentioned to you, I'm not taking this for granted. I really appreciate you for staying to this moment. If you got value, go to the comment section and let me see you type you got value. Wherever you're coming in from, let me show you got value. Let me show you never waste your time joining this section. Okay? So for those who will be checking this video or the replay of this over and over, just let me know what will stick out for you. Okay? And ensure that you don't miss part B. That one, Omo, the man. Don't miss it for any reason. God bless you. And I come your way again. I have been created to heal many people from poverty. And that's why if you come to my clinic, you will be healed. Yes, that's just why I'm created. The king within. Ensure that the kingdom is secure. God bless you, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good night rest. Bye for now. Cheers.